Greetings. I am Pinchas ibn Eliah of the house of Pinchas, son of Aaron, the appointed high priest and counselor to RABISHEIKH Gidon, born Anani ibn Zerubbabel, Nehemiah, of the house of Rehoboam, son of David. Today is the 4th of July 2020. Coming to you today with the State of the Nation's Address to restore peace, leadership, righteous order, and judgment. Draw near, O peoples, to hear and hearken, O kingdoms. Let the earth listen and all that fills it, the world and all that reside in it. For there is anger before Yahweh against all the Gentiles, and slaughter against all their armies. He has declared them sinners, handed them over for slaughter. Their slain will be cast out, and the smoke of their corpses shall rise. The mountains shall flow with their blood. All the forces of heaven shall melt completely and be wiped from under the skies, just as was said concerning them in the scroll. All their armies shall come to an end as leaves fall from a vine, like what is withered from a fig. For my sword will be revealed in the heavens. Behold, it will be revealed for the judgment upon Edom. Upon the people I have declared sinners. The sword of Yahweh is sated with blood. It is gorged with fat, with the blood of kings and rulers, with the fat of the kidneys of princes. For there is slaughter from Yahweh in Bozrah, and great sacrifice in the land of Edom. Mighty ones shall be killed with them, and rulers with tyrants. Their land shall be soaked with their blood, and their soil made rich with their fat. For there is a day of vengeance before Yahweh, a year of recompense, to take just retribution for the mortification of Zion. And the streams of Rome shall be turned into pitch, and her soil into brimstone. Her land shall become burning pitch. Night and day it shall not be quenched. Its smoke shall go up forever. From generation to generation it will be desolate. None shall pass through it forever and ever. But pelicans and porcupines shall possess it. Owls and ravens shall dwell in it. The line of desolation and the plummet of devastation shall be stretched over it. They were saying, "We are free," and did not wish to accept a kingdom over them, and all its princes will be for nothing. Thorns will grow over its palaces, and nettles and thistles in the stronghold of its fortresses. It shall be a haunt of jackals, a place for ostriches, and wild beasts shall meet with cats. Demons will play one with his fellow. Yea, there will night hags lie, and find for themselves a resting place. There shall a porcupine nest, and lay, and their young mew in her shadow. Yea, then shall kites be gathered, each one with her mate. Seek and search in the book of Yahweh. Not one of these is missing. No female is without her mate. For by his memra they will be gathered, and by his pleasure they will draw near. He by his memra has cast the lot for them. By his pleasure he has portioned it out to them with the line. They shall possess it forever. From generation to generation they shall dwell in it.
Greetings. I am RABISHEIKH Gidon, born Anani, son of Zerubbabel, of the house of Rehoboam, the son of David. On the 10th day of this month, the 11th month of Sabbath, in accordance with my human policies, I have given orders that those who are mindful of the Judean people and of the priests, Levites, and others in our kingdom, those who wish to do so may accompany you Judeans to Jerusalem. Therefore, all who wish to do so, let them join with you, just as I and my 7 advisors have agreed, so that you might take an interest in matters in Judea and in Jerusalem, according to the law from Yahweh. You may bring to Jerusalem the gifts for the Allah of Abraham that I and my advisors have solemnly promised to serve, that we might acquire for Allah in Jerusalem all the gold and silver that may be found in the country of Babylonia, together with what the nation gives us for Allah's temple in Jerusalem, gold and silver, for bulls, rams, lambs, and what goes with them to be collected, so that sacrifices may be offered on our Allah's altar in Jerusalem. And whatever we wish to do with the gold and silver, according to Allah's will, deliver Allah's holy equipment to us that was taken for use in Allah's temple. Whatever else you think that is needed in Allah's temple, pay for it out of your royal treasury. I, RABISHEIKH, King of Judah, have commanded the treasures of Syria and Phoenicia, so that whatever Pinchas, the high priest and reader of the law of the Most High Allah, sends, for they should give to him completely up to 5,700 pounds of silver, and up to 100 cores of wheat, 1 bath of wine, and a lot of salt. Let everything be carried out for the Most High Allah strictly according to Allah's law, so that Allah's wrath may not come on the king's empire and his family. Also, no foreign tax or any other fine should be placed on any of the priests, Levites, temple singers, gatekeepers, temple servants, or people working on this temple. No one has authority to impose anything on them. I, RABISHEIKH, according to Allah's wisdom, will appoint judges and justices to have jurisdiction over all those who know the law from our Allah throughout all Syria and Phoenicia. I will teach it to those who don't know it. All who disobey the law from our Allah or the royal law will be strictly punished, whether by death or some other punishment, either fine or arrest. Bless Allah alone, who put this into the king's heart, to glorify his house in Jerusalem, and all who honored me before the kings, the counselors, and all the political advisors and officials. I was encouraged by Allah's help, and I gathered people from Israel to go up with me. I, RABISHEIKH Anani, command on the 10th day of the 11th month of Sabbath, by royal decree, let the house of Allah be built, the place where they offered sacrifices and laid the foundations thereof strongly laid. The height thereof 80 cubits, and the handbreadth thereof 80 cubits, with 3 rows of great stones, and a row of new timber. And let the expenses be given out of the king's house, and also let the gold and silver vessels of the house of the law, which Rome took forth out of the temple, which is at Jerusalem, and brought unto Babylon, be restored, and brought again unto the temple, which is at Jerusalem, every one to his place, and place them in the house of Allah. Now therefore, governors beyond the rivers, and your companions, they which are beyond the rivers, be ye far from here. Let the work of this house of Allah alone. Let the governor of the Judeans and the elders of the Judeans build this house of Allah in his place. Moreover, I make a decree, what ye shall do to the elders of these Judeans for the building of the house of Allah, that the king's good, even the tribute beyond the rivers, forthwith expenses be given unto these men, that they be not hindered, and that which they have need of, both young bullocks and rams and lambs, for the burnt offerings of Allah of heaven, wheat, salt, wine, and oil, according to the appointment of the priests which are here in Jerusalem. Let it be given them day by day without fail, that they may offer sacrifices of sweet savors unto the Allah of heaven, and pray for the life of the king and his sons. Also I have made it a decree that whosoever shall alter this word, let the timber be pulled down from his house, and being set up, let him be hanged thereon, and let his house be made a dunghill for this. And Allah that has caused his name to dwell here, destroy all kings and people that shall put their hand to alter and to destroy this house of Allah which is at Jerusalem. I, RABISHEIKH Gidon Inani, have made a decree. Let it be done with speed. I, RABISHEIKH Gidon Inani, on the 10th day of the 11th month of Sibat, by royal decree pronounced, for the sake of peace and unity, that the righteous might become great, and the tribes of Israel may have single, pure understanding in the Abrahamic faith, and cut off the glorification of wickedness. You are the land of Israel, a land that is not cleansed, and no good deeds have been performed in the teachers who are teaching falsehood in the midst of the land, who have increased widows. The priests misinterpret the Torah and desecrate holy things. They have not made known the difference between the clean and the unclean. They have closed their eyes to the Shabbats, so that the will of Allah is profaned among them. The princes shed innocent blood, destroying lives in order to acquire dishonest wealth. The false teachers prophesy falsehood and teach them lies. They say, God said, when God never spoke to them. The people of the land practice oppression and commit robbery. They have wronged the poor and the needy. They oppress the student who came to learn the law, which is not proper. No nation may no longer exercise rule over the sons of Jacob, Sole dominion and sovereignty belong to RABISHEIKH Gidon. All leaders, pastors, teachers, princes, priests, prophets, not appointed by RABISHEIKH Gidon are henceforth deemed false and worthy of extirpation. May Yah Allah pour out his wrath and fury with punishing fire upon such people, bringing their punishment for their ways. From today, these decrees are henceforth ratified, signed by myself and by the high priest son of Aaron. Thank you.